Good morning, everybody, whoever my 7 viewers are. I don't care. I think that's great. Right now, in front of me, I have 0. So, 2 things today. I know I always come on here without makeup. It's because I used to come on with makeup on from the night before because I didn't wash my face. And guess what I do now? I wash my face for my healthier theme. All right, so you know what, when I first started, I was like, if I lose 1 pound, this will be good, because I was struggling with a 1. Okay, I was in the obese category. My A1C was a 5.9, had gone up from a 5.7 to a 5.9 in a 3 months or 6 months. I think they brought me back to check it. Anyway, it was elevating. It was going in the wrong direction. Some high blood pressure, not terrible, not off the scale, but I've always run a low blood pressure. You can probably tell I just roll. I'm a slow roll pretty much with it, all things. Speedy Gonzalez is definitely not my middle name. And anyway, I can be. I was a fast runner, and I was a really fast swimmer when I was a kid. And if I have a project to do, I'm probably not the fastest in that regard. But if I'm like a big life project, i.e. have to move or get something done, I can pull my you-know-what together. And I am known for pulling rabbits out of the hat, for sure. So that's just a little insight to my personality, but and that's a self-review. I understand, but maybe partially biased, but I am not the fastest in most things. So when I first started, I was nervous about the titrating, like up, how insurances and the name brands made you go up like every 4 weeks, every once a month. I was so nervous about that. Turned out they were making me pay out of pocket, and I didn't qualify anyway, even being obese with the BMI of 32. High A1C, well, 5.9, but it was steadily going up. So clearly in the pre-diabetic phase. What else? My LDLs, HDLs, high. They were also going up. So when I started this GLP-1 stuff back in July of 2024, I really kind of started June 19th, because I had off that day. I started with a gal who's a nurse and who umbrellaed under a doctor in our area, and I think they specialized in weight loss. But when the nurse had it, I don't know if she was like compounding it in her, I don't know where it came from, basically, is where I'm going with this. And I had some injection site and some like immediate kind of reactions that I just felt like, oh, this is not a good idea. It's really hard to get in the beginning, and I never thought of myself as somebody but I was so pissed off at my my doctor's office that I'd been going to, and for not helping me. And this other solution came along. I think that's where people go rogue. But and she's helped a lot of people, by the way. I've said it before, like, I really didn't want to like her, but I loved her, and she did help me get started. But after trying the injections by myself for a couple of weeks, and I was so nervous to tell her that I was having any kind of reaction, that someone was going to tell me, oh, this isn't for me, and I had to go off of it, and I was allergic to like the tirzepatide or something. But I knew enough at that moment to know I didn't think it was a tirzepatide, maybe something else in the solution, maybe some salt compound, or I don't know. But that could be a whole other post, and I don't even want to, other than to really all I want to say about that is that it just didn't feel the safest option. And for me, I followed my gut and basically dumped $600 worth of pre-filled pens. Well, it was compounded terzepatide. She filled the pens, and now that I know what I know, I don't like that either. Now I get the vials from a compounding, like a local compounding pharmacy. It's been around. Actually, I thought since the 1940s. I was looking for some news, like compounding GLP-1 news, because all this news is cycling about the FDA, OFA, and name brands in these, legal cycles that they're in. And I heard that, like, the end of the year, then it was like March 19th, February, some mid-February date, then March 19th. Well, we're April 1st. I mean, as far as I know, I can still call them up and say, okay, I'm ready for my refill. I think I have one refill left on file, like one vial. I've been able to get everything else, and my expiration will hold. So I have a few weeks supply, which is great, in case something happened. But it wasn't cheap, let me tell you. And now that I'm up higher in doses, I'm like, whoa, this is getting pricey. And I'm starting to think more about, my progress and, excuse me, sorry. And just, trying to make a little more headway, because I am in that, I've already lost like 15% of my body weight, and the average is like 15 to, I think, 22 on the terzepatide. And I don't remember what that week study was, 60 some weeks, maybe 70. I don't know, somewhere in there. You have to look it up. But regardless, I have my point is that I have a bigger, longer. I knew I had a longer journey with this GLP-1, if it helped me with the weight loss component. Little did I know it was going to help me with other things, and how thrilling that's been, because whoever expects better than what they're going to get. I mean, it's been such a like it is. I feel like it is a revolutionary therapy, and it is so beneficial, and stuff like inflammation, and I feel like I have brain clarity, and there are a couple of things that people don't really talk about. Like my eyes are very allergic right now. It's April 1st. I can feel them itching as I'm talking, and that started a couple of days ago. Like I cannot keep my makeup on. I can barely keep my hands out of my eyes for like a good probably 3 weeks coming up. And all of that's starting, but usually my eyes are like super white, and my eyes were bloodshot pretty much in every picture before July 2024. I used to get cracks like in the corner of my mouth, especially in like scabs in my nose, just from blowing it all the time, and from dry skin. I have not had any this winter. Usually it happens like really bad in the winter time. I haven't had any. It's like amazing. I don't know even what that's from, or if I just realized, oh my God, I got to spring and I didn't have any. First I thought it was from my new Korean skincare and my OSEA. But I think it might be something to do with my just overall gut health, and whatever it's doing to like my cellular level. Feels like an improvement. Have I had some side effects? Sure. Are there some things that I'm pretty good at, even politics with all things, trying to look at both sides, and usually land somewhere in the middle, I guess. But so far it seems like that benefits are outweighing the very few and mild, not so good. But because I have this longer journey, and I was thinking if I could lose like it's somewhere in the range of 50 to 70 pounds, that was my overall goal. But so far I've lost 34 pounds. And so I really started, I started June 19th, and I did lose a couple pounds on that for sure. And that was over a 3-week period. I ended up going off of it and seeking out another healthcare provider who works out of a doctor's office. I did go to the doctor that she was tagged to. I don't want to say I wasn't under or didn't go through any uptake or intake review or anything like that. This solution didn't agree with me. And that's another thing that I would say. So number one is if you have a longer, more weight to lose, not just like 15, 20, 25 pounds, which still, can feel like you just can't get there, which I totally get. If I was in your shoes, I probably would hop on and try this I'm sure I would. I'm sure of it. Sadly, I would, because I'm been tainted like everybody else with magazines and Instagram and social media. But I feel like overall, I'm like really healthy minded about all of it. I live my life. I'm very balanced but I don't like put too much mind space with the number on the scale. I don't weigh every day. I'm not like totally hooked on a number that I get to. Like I said, my range is a 20-pound range. If I get in there, and then I'll reevaluate if I want to stay on the shot, because it costs money for other reasons. But at that point, I don't think it will be because of the number on the scale at that point. But I'm still 30 pounds. I'm like 25 to 30. I'm like 20 pounds from that. 25. I'm 25 pounds from like the top edge of that weight range. So not too bad. But as the weeks go on, you get used to the peptide, and your body gets like metabolizes it. You're not dropping weight as fast as you were in the beginning or as easily. So I think it's so great that it helps unlock the block if you're having like high cortisol or you're insulin resistant, which I was both. It completely unlocked everything, got everything moving in the right direction. I felt like it obliterated my visceral fat. Clearly I can't see under my hood, but I can feel it. I feel like it got rid of, I'm sure I had fatty liver. My doctor said, "Oh, you totally do." He could look at me and tell. A while ago. I just feel like I am functioning better than I have in years. So, wow. I mean, it's a wow, honestly. But because I've had 50 to 70 pounds of a goal weight, which is significant, I have started looking at my progress in quarterly reviews. So I think it's just a better picture when you're in it. You can't tell, especially if you're, starting to dose up. How is that working for you? And mostly we're kind of thinking about side effects in the moment. And of course, with the side effects, you're hopping on the scale, hoping that it was worth a few ounces or some kind of loss or movement down on the scale. And when that doesn't happen, it can feel a little disappointing, but basically I bumble 2 pounds around at all times, wherever I am on my range. And so I just started looking at my kind of big picture on a quarterly review. I'm starting a new quarter this April 1st. Today, April Fool's Day, one of my favorite days of the year. One of my favorite family members was born on this day, and she's been such a treat and treasure and big love in my life. She's like my sister. She feels like she should be my sister, and I just, in my mind, she is. We're 11 years apart. I love her so. She's so smart. She's got 3 kids. She's badass. She's funny as you know what. She's so funny. We did get humor in our family, in our bloodline, which I'm so thankful. But back to the quarterly review. Okay, so I said my overall weight loss so far. I'm on week 36. I think I'm 36. I'm pretty sure. This is my 36th week. I gave my shot days on a Friday now because I'm up in the higher doses if I have any side effects, and I do feel more fatigued on the higher doses, usually like around the 48-hour mark on day 2. I have sacrificed my weekends for TLC because I don't want to be stuck at work. The week before, I was so tired that on the way home 2 days in that week, I felt like I wanted to pull over and fall asleep in my car. I just could barely keep my eyes open. And that's not usually me. I mean, I have that every once in a while in my adult life. I have pretty good energy on the whole. So I attributed it from the Trizepi, I'm sure. Usually the first day I don't have any side effects. In fact, whatever vitamin B component they put in with the compound, I usually feel like a nice boost of energy. So I don't mind taking my shot on a Thursday or Friday. Right now I'm on I was on Saturday, then Sunday, then moved back to Saturday. Now I'm bumped up to Friday. And that worked for me. Friday, I this time for whatever reason, I took it after work, which I'm never doing again. I like to take it earlier in the day after lunch. And if I'm really used to the dose and trying to stretch it out, trying to decide whether to titrate up or not, I'll take it in the morning. Make sure, let it get in there and get a hold of everything while I'm fresh slate. Because I like to feel it. And then I know if I'm not getting good food suppression or hunger suppression, and I'm not, or satiety, that word I always have a hard time saying, then I know, and I've been in a stall for a few weeks, just bumbling the same 2 pounds around for weeks, then I'll go up. Like, I'm very patient, and but it's working for me still. I mean, so the first quarter, I lost 20, maybe a little bit more, 20 some pounds. Somewhere between 20 and 25. Okay, then the second quarter, I lost probably 5, but that felt like really slow. Barely. I just was like, oh my gosh, like after the holidays, I moved, we went through the holidays, I was not paying attention, I was so thrilled with my 22 pounds or whatever it was at that point, that I wasn't really paying attention to what I was eating, what I was drinking, I was just like eating less of everything that I normally do. I had been working out consistently with a trainer before I even started this. I had started with her 6 months before I started the shot. All right, so second quarter, not a lot of action, but I don't know what happened. I think I hit the hold button. What I was saying was I had worked out with a trainer since January 2024. I started the shot in July 2024. Excuse me. And I've been working out with her twice a week. We do weight resistance training with like hand weights, TRX, bands, resistant bands, and that's the ball, some floor stuff. Like, that's pretty much it. We get right to it. So all of that was in place, but I took that sort of pause and that first big stall of it was a good 10 weeks where I was just the same. Luckily I didn't gain anything, but my body was like metabolizing this loss. That's also when I lost my hair. I lost more than, I wouldn't, maybe not quite half, but I'd say between 30 and 40% of my hair fell out. And it was noticeable. I wasn't alarmed at first until it felt like it kind of kept going on for a while. And then thankfully it stopped. But I have so much hair, I wasn't completely freaked out. I felt really bad for people who don't have a lot of hair and that happens too. I understand how that must feel. So you might be a candidate for something like Nutrafol or whatever. My salon, my gal who cuts my hair, and I've been with since college pretty much, 57 now, if that tells you anything. She's like, just get online and get some prenatal vitamins. And so I've been taking those and hopefully I'm sure that'll be fine for me. So that's what I'm on there. But so the second quarter didn't lose a lot. And I didn't have very many side effects. My dosing structure then was somewhere between like 4 and 7.25. Now, when I lost my hair, I was on like 7.25. I remember I'd gotten up like to the highest I'd been before, and I thought for sure that's what it was. But if you start looking at other video journals or just Google it, you'll start to learn that whenever you lost your hair, it was probably from something that happened 3 months before. And 3 months before is when I'd finished shedding 20 some pounds in like a 12-week period, 12 to 15 weeks. So um, that's what it was the weight loss, not so much the shot, even though the shot helped me lose the weight, but it was from the weight loss. It's from some kind of body trauma. It could be a car accident, childbirth. In my case, and that happened to me then too, come to think of it. In my case, this time it was weight loss. Okay, so that was January. All right, now I'm like buckling down, I'm titrating up, and I am really thinking about my daily habits. And I have to say, without the tool of this tirzepatide for me, I don't know that I'm so genuinely interested in my well-being. I mean, I'm like cutting out plastics. I mean, like all kinds of stuff. And not like in a crazy way, just things I did. Because I'm interested, I'm learning, taking the time to learn things. And I'm hearing stuff on repeat, and it makes things that make sense to me that are easy for me to incorporate into my daily life. I'm doing. I don't like taking a lot of vitamins and pills. I wasn't taking any before. So I am taking some vitamins. I take as much as I'm going to take. That's a whole separate post. I don't do a lot of juices because the one thing that I do is a protein drink in the morning, most mornings, not every morning. I do drink like one protein shake a day usually, but not every day, but almost every day. I do a lot of hydration sticks, and I go between, like, I started with like liquid IV, which I still like because I like a little of the flavor. Sometimes it's like a treat, but it's not the very best one for you if you run it through a Yuka app. Again, another post that tells you like about preservatives and hazardous blah blah blah. What is that hum noise? I thought someone was working outside. Now I'm thinking it's the HVAC. Sorry, that's like annoying. I thought someone was out there leaf blowing. Vitamins, protein shake, hydration sticks. Okay, I have been doing a better job getting more protein into my daily mix. I'm very good most days about my water intake, which I was abysmal before all of this. Abysmal, I tell you. I'm really gotten better about washing my face at night and I'm into all these now Korean skincares, and they're so affordable and luxurious and yummy. I have mine on from last night. I have a whole like regimen now. It's gonna be a ritual for me, and it feels so good to take care of myself. Oh my gosh. And it's a perfect time for me because I have a little more time. My kids are grown. Um, and they're off doing, good things. And I have a little extra time and a little extra back pocket change to pay attention to myself. It feels so good. It's like a luxury but even though I enjoyed my time not thinking about myself, like that's all worthwhile too. I promise. I just didn't realize how good this phase was going to be. I thought I'd be so bored. I'm not at all. So for Q1, I lost 20 plus a couple pounds. Q2, I maybe lost 5, maybe. And that was probably at the beginning of the quarter when I was still sloughing off that first round of weight. A really nice response. And then I just hit stall for 8-10 weeks. Then it was the first of the year, and I ramped my dose up from 7.25. I had to go off of it for a couple weeks for some abdominal cramping that basically it was constipation. That's what it was. But it was like this like wild, I wasn't drinking enough water, wasn't eating enough fiber. That's the end of that story. Okay, got that all cleared up, and I had to like get my doctor involved. I was like, I cannot get rid of these cramps. It was wild. It was almost like well, and I have IBS. So it felt like IBS on steroids, basically, almost like I needed a steroid, but I didn't. I needed fiber, and I needed water, and I needed to get off of everything. I had accidentally thought it was like a stomach bug or something because of the cramping, and threw Imodium on it. Big mistake. Big mistake. I did post on that before. So anyway, now I'm rolling. I went to 80 units. I'm on the lowest concentration of tirzepatide. And then I went up to 85 units, and I pretty much stayed on that for the rest of the quarter. So now I'm starting a new quarter, and I just did 90 units this week. I don't really feel, excuse me, a lot different. I do feel, it's interesting. I feel suppression, but I'm getting like breakthrough food noise. I think a little bit of that's okay. Like we got to learn how to deal with that and be a little comfortable being uncomfortable, and just knowing not to like act on that feeling every time you get it. For me, I think it's a lot of impulsive tics for like I'm trying to distract myself from doing something maybe I don't want to do, or maybe I'm trying to fill a void, a bored moment or something. I feel like I should be doing something. Like I'm trying to figure all of that out for myself. So that's the mental like brain work that I'm doing for that one, because that's my biggest problem. I'm like impulsive. And I like that about myself for some things, like life experiences. That's fun. But for pantry and refrigerator roaming, no bueno. So I'm trying to get a hold of that, because I don't know that I can be on this forever, although I have no intentions of going off anytime soon for other things, other reasons. But the shot stops. You get used to it, and it doesn't work. It's not as strong as the weeks go on. And so you have to learn how to deal with that. So I'm a little concerned with people. I know that it does help with like alcohol and drug use, but okay, it probably does work really well in the beginning, but I'm starting to think, well, how does that translate as they get used to the therapy? Like their body, I don't know. I guess they're trying to figure all that out. But for Q3 for me, it was work, I'm not gonna lie, but I did lose another 7 pounds. So I'm up to 34 solid pounds. I did a post a while ago, probably like 4 weeks ago, saying I'd met my halfway mark. And in my mind, 30 pounds was the halfway mark. But really 35 pounds is like the halfway mark for me, for like my ultimate goal. So I guess I'm still in there in that range, so I'll take it. So I wasn't lying, but I wasn't really doing hard math at the time. But now I really feel like I've met that, and I feel good about it. So it's not fast. It's not a fast release, but it is still working for me, and I'm so excited. So now I'm titrating up to close around 10. I don't think I don't know. I haven't been following a traditional like dosing structure the whole time. I think my starting dose was the same, 2.5 or 25 units. I have been on 7. What is it? Is there 7 or 7? Oh, I've been on 5. I did do 5, but like for a minute, I think like a week or two, because I was so afraid to go from 2.5 to 5. I jumped. I think I did 3 and 4. I actually had my greatest response between 2.5 and 5 before I even hit 5. And then it was between 5 and 7.5 in there wherever I was. I lost no weight, maybe a pound or 2. And then once I got into the 8s, I started losing again. I broke my stall. And I've been I've been on the same weight loss. I've been on the same, bouncing the same 2 numbers around for the last few weeks now. So that 7 pounds, most of it I lost like right when I bumped up to 8 and 85 units, like those 3 or 4 weeks probably. And then it's just been like a few ounces here and there leading up to 7 total. So I'm a firm 7 though. And now I hope that happens again. That's all I'm looking for this next round. That would be good. So anyway, happy. We'll see. A lot of my friends that have been on the 10 milligrams have, like, I say that's where the shizzle is. Like but they also, like, because of insurance, have had to titrate up every 4 weeks. So they were on 10 milligrams at their 4-month period. And now they're done. But they only had like 30 pounds to lose, So I would have been done too if I had 30 pounds to lose. But alas, I had double that, sadly. Whatever. All right, I got to go get ready for work. I'm going to pull it together super quick so I can get home tonight and go for a walk. I have my workout with Jen. My goal for this quarter, even though I am, like, wouldn't say deathly allergic to pollen, but I am impacted more than the average bear. I mean, I can feel it all up in here already. And now that I know I love my compound pharmacy, I've been looking at other Instagram posts about all the ways that they can service a community with, like, there's this whole like allergy thing that they can do. And I'm going to go try all of it. It's like nasal solutions, but they're better for us. And yeah, I'm going to go do that and try it. I bet it's going to be good. They've got like honey in it. And it kind of creates like a barrier in your nasal passage, after you clear. I'm totally going to try that. And my eyes, oh God. I think because they stick out so much, I capture all the pollen flying. It's like a pollen net that I just can't. I'm not even going to put makeup on today, my eyeballs, but I am going to put I got to go. I have to get on my morning Korean skincare routine this morning. It's also new. I only had like one night cream that I loved. I mean, I love with an exclamation point. And it's my freaking HVAC. I don't have time for that. I gotta turn it off. All right, you guys. I will catch you next time. Have a good day.